Hi friends, welcome back to ARC Tutorials. Today I'm starting a brand new series which is on RxJS. A lot of you have been writing me in the comments that please cover RxJS, when will you cover RxJS, when are we going to deep dive into RxJS? So here I am bringing you RxJS full tutorial series for absolute beginners. If you have some experience with RxJS, it will only help you. But trust me, come with an empty blank canvas mind and we will start from scratch on RxJS and go into deep dive to the advanced level. Today is the introduction part and the first episode, part 1 of this series. Welcome. I have created a playlist on RxJS. The link is in the description box below. Make sure you check it out. I have planned around 30 hands-on tutorials and live examples for you, which would, if you follow each tutorial carefully, you will be able to understand, learn, and master and implement in your projects. Let's start. So before we talk about RxJS, there are some basic fundamental concepts that you need to understand about RxJS. Don't jump into programming just yet. I will help you each and everything hands-on. Today, understand what is reactive programming, right? What is reactive programming? Reactive programming is an asynchronous programming paradigm concerned with data streams and the propagation of change. Also, it's if you look at the official documentation, it says RxJS is a library for reactive programming using observables that makes it easy to compose asynchronous or callback based code, right? This is scary. This is already complicated. It's sounding so complex. A lot of developers will get scared, right? It's tough. It was tough for me as well when I started initially programming a couple of years back, but you'll get used to it. I will make it simple for you. So let's think of it this way. Reactive programming is just another way of building software applications, right? Forget everything, all definitions that you read online. Think of it like reactive programming is just another way of building software application. Essentially, our software is built to react, right, to changes that happen. Now, when I say react, not the React framework, so don't get confused. Our software is built to react to changes that happen, right? And what are the changes? When will they happen? Whenever there is an event, right? Those events can be on click, on key up, on data fetch, on HTTP call, etc. What happens is in a typical software, you make events, right? You call them to handle those changes. Here in reactive programming, those changes are already incorporated into a library, and that library is what we call it as RxJS, right? I will talk about this example again in the next slide when we talk about RxJS. So now the question comes, what exactly is RxJS, right? A lot of you talk to people and they give you vague answers. There is a different concept and everybody has their own view. So here I'm trying to break it down, keeping it simple for you, right? So RxJS is a library for composing asynchronous and event-based programs by using observable sequences, right? Now, this is a simple definition I can tell you. It has three pieces. One, RxJS is a library for composing asynchronous calls, right? So if you see, let me make some notes for you, right? First thing, reactive programming. So what is reactive programming? It's nothing but it's a new way of programming where it's a new way of building applications wherein what we do, our application will our our app will react to changes and handle data streams rather than we writing each event handling separately, right? That's the way of writing. And that's so what is RxJS? RxJS is a library which helps us in making asynchronous calls and implement callback mechanisms easily using observables, right? So that's the simplest definition that you can explain it as, right? So what is it? It's a simple framework which allows us to compose asynchronous calls, event-based calls by using observable sequences. Now think of it that way. Now the question comes, what exactly does RxJS has, right? So think of it like three things, right? So I will break it down and make it easy for you. Consists of three main things, right? Now, if you ask anyone, they will end up saying that these are the ones they will use. The first is obviously the observable, right? And then there is something called satellite types, right? Now, these are nothing but observers, schedulers, and subjects, right? So these are, we'll learn all about that in detail when we start writing. But for now, understand that there is a main thing called observable, then there is something called satellite data types, and then there is something called operators, right? Now these are nothing but, if you are coming from JavaScript world or programming world, just think of them like these are array methods, right? Like you have map, you have filter, you have etc etc, right? So whatever you can do with array, you have it here in as operators, right? Like reduce, map, etc, right? So RxJS, when we say, there are three main things that we talk. One is observable, one is satellite data types, which are your observers, schedulers, and subjects. Then you have something called operators, right? So when you get data, what do you do with it? You map it, you filter it, you reduce it, right? So what do you do with the data is with operators. There are the data types, which you can specify what is the data type, that is your subject. And there is observable stream, right? And finally, all of this are used. Why is it? All this helps us in making use make of our data streams, right? So helps us in updating our data streams. Okay, so that is what I would summarize in simple words for you. That RxJS. If someone asks you, just say this. If you are, for your understanding purpose, just understand that these are the things, right? I will cover one more topic today, which is important, which is observable. You will hear a lot of times we are writing observables, using observables. RxJS has a core piece of observable. What is it, right? So let me tell you this. Observable is nothing but it's a continuous, it's a data stream, right? Now you'll ask me, what is a data stream exactly, right? So data stream is nothing but, let's say I have given this, let's say you have a order status, right? Let's say an example here, in a e-commerce shopping cart application, right? User comes and places an order, places an order, right? Now order status will change over time, right? Now this change of status needs to be informed. It's to be informed to multiple apps slash multiple slaps, right? So see here, there is a data which is continuously changing, right? There is a data which is continuously changing, right? For example, you have your order, which will first be, like, say, order placed, then you have order received, then you have order processing, etc etc, right? So you get an idea that there can be multiple status changes for this data, right? So this needs to be informed to multiple apps. So what happens, this will keep sending the new data, right? It will keep sending you new data, right? Submitted, processed, completed, etc etc, right? And what happens is, this observable will have all these values for this particular variable, right? So see, we started initially when the user has not placed an order, the order status value is empty, is null, right? When the user comes and places an order, the first status becomes order placed, right? Equal to order placed. Then order status is equal to order received. So similarly, you see there is one variable which has constant data stream coming in, right? Which has continuous values getting changed. And this is what is observable. It's a data stream. What is data stream? That means you continuously get data over a period of time which is changing. And the moment you talk about observable, you need a subscriber, right? What the subscriber will do, it will listen to the observable variable for data changes slash updates, right? Whenever we are getting a data, it will observe. So now my app is dashboard, right? My app is dashboard. Here I will come and update the status order because I'm listening to it. So this order status will come and now to get displayed in dashboard with latest values always, since we are since we have subscribed to it, right? I hope this makes sense to you. I hope at least some clarity you're getting about observable and subscriber. I'm going to give you one more example on observable. I'm sure after this all your doubts will be cleared, right? Now think of it, this is the simplest one I can explain you. I don't think there is any other simple thing that you can relate. Now we we are in YouTube channel, right? You have a YouTube channel called Arc Tutorials, right? Now I keep on posting everyday data, right? The data is added every single day, right? That data, when I say, it's the video, right? So when I videos are posted every day, right? Now this, think of this as an observable, right? Observable, what is it doing? It is producing data posted every single day, right? Every single day. And you have subscribed to my channel, right? You have subscribed to my channel, right? So what happens? Since you have subscribed to my channel, you get notifications. You get notified every time I post a video, right? That's simple as that. That's an observable and subscribe right there for you. Observable is nothing but me posting a video every day on my channel. And since you have subscribed to my channel, you get notified immediately because there is a change in data. There is a change in data, right? So you are subscribed to it. So any changes that happen to my channel, you will be notified, right? Now think of it this way. I also explained about operators, right? Little bit RxJS operators. So what happens? Now let's say I have posted a community post, right? Now see, I am posting content, right? Now the content is of type video and the content is of type community message or post, right? So there are two types of video and community message. Now, what is RxJS operator? So now you are behaving like a operator, which is, let's say some of you open my video, some of you do not open my post messages, right? So what you're essentially doing is you're doing filter, right? And you're subscribing to my data and reading all things, so I'm mapping. So this is how you see operators, right? So this is a simple example. Try go through this notes again and again just to make your concepts clear. On RxJS, don't do anything else today. Just go through these concepts. If you connect all these dots together, you will have a bigger picture of what RxJS is, what reactive programming is, what is an observable, what is a subscribe, what is an operator. If you just do this much, you are good to understand these topics, which are observable, observer, subscription, operator, subject. See, I have just covered all of these topics without even informing you, right? So you will learn out of this like this. I will try and cover and map you things so that you can understand, and we will continue this discussion in the next episode as well. But now you see, you have covered observable, observer, subscription, operators, all in a simple example here, right? So what I would suggest is go through this video again, go through the notes, try to understand the concepts. In the next episode, we will start our hands-on by going ahead deep. We'll start installation, we'll start working, we'll start hands-on coding. Like I said, I have planned 30 tutorials. Give me likes, give me your love, show me your support. Thank you so much. See you in the next episode where we start with installation.